Not really happy that I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. I'm filming a video for a second time, and gosh, I hate when I do that. Hopefully I'm going to make this video better for whatever it's worth, but sometimes I feel like it is a big waste of my time. Anyways, I want to go ahead and get right up into this. Folks, it seems like nowadays you got a lot of people faking like they're locked up. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're doing this. Obviously, they're doing this for attention. And it's crazy to think that in the prison genre itself, if you're locked up or you've been locked up, it's pretty hard to stand out from the crowd because the prison genre is so vast at this point. But yet on the other hand, you've got these regular, ordinary people, maybe they're influencers or aspire to be that. People like this William Banks guy who actually concocted a pretty elaborate scheme to make it look like he was locked up in a jail environment, surrounded by other prisoners, and even was able to film this fake jail escape, which looked pretty damn cool. I thought that it came out really good, even though it was all fake. You've got people like him and another person like who I'm getting ready to introduce you to, except in this particular case, this one is a little more extreme. Folks, if you don't know this young lady, let me go ahead and introduce you to Natalie Reynolds. Natalie Reynolds is an annoying influencer, if you would ask, most on the internet. Somebody who definitely plays the villain, who is oftentimes disliked, and for good reason. One of her biggest claims to fame is prank content, IRL streaming, and one particular prank that she did last year where she convinced a homeless woman to jump in the water for $20, and that homeless woman could not swim. That homeless woman would in fact jump into that water and would have to be rescued, but not by Natalie Reynolds, who was live streaming this entire event. There's video of this on the internet. No, folks, Natalie would not come to the rescue of this woman. She would actually run away with her crew, laughing about this entire situation, all the while live streaming. The first thing that I want to say about all of this, if you're familiar with it or if you're not, is playing devil's advocate, me personally, playing the pessimist. But we live in a day and age where you cannot believe much of what you see. And yes, this was live streamed. And yes, there were paramedics and rescue personnel and a fire truck. But I'm not 100% convinced that this entire situation involving this homeless woman was real. And in fact, a good majority of me feels like this could have all been fake for the views, staged. The reason I feel like that is because there's not a lot of information that I find when I look this up. Obviously, there are a few news stories in relation to this event taking place, but I can't find a mugshot. I can't find anything about what happened with the court case. And that's not to say that I'm just not seeing it and it's not there. I do want to mention that there is the possibility that this is for real, which I can't imagine why anybody would do such a horrendous thing. But again, we live in a day and age where the internet is all people desire. That clout, that infamousy, that attention. So anyways, Natalie Reynolds also claims she was the long-lost daughter of Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool? A phenomenal actor? There was no proof of that. She's also done a few other controversial things as well, trying to stay relevant. But I want to get back to this whole scenario of her committing this crime of convincing a homeless woman to jump into the water. I don't even know what that charge would be. Attempted murder? Potentially. It could be something along those lines. Regardless, from the time that took place, she would start doing videos showcasing the fact that she was on house arrest with an ankle monitor. And I'm sure there's hundreds of videos featuring her in that situation. And any of the videos that you stumble upon in relation to that, the comments are going to be horrendous. People can't stand this chick because of this incident. But again, I don't see any mention of the court proceeding and what actually played out. Was it legit, this ankle monitor? I would imagine that a part of the stipulation would be, that you can't create video content. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong thinking that. Maybe you could argue and argue saying, hey, I want to advocate for doing better. Because in some of the videos that she showcases the ankle monitor, she is apologetic for the situation that took place. I don't buy it, though. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think that it's for real. But also, there's plenty of videos where she treats the ankle monitor as an accessory. It might as well be a freaking Gucci bag, for God's sakes. It's like just this thing that's giving you so much more infamousy on the internet. I share all of that with you because from there would come the footage of her in jail. Not just the footage of her in jail. This chick basically did a get ready with me as I turned myself into jail, allegedly smuggling her cell phone and then showcasing her jail experience, which is absolutely 1000% fake. We're going to get into that right now. So unfortunately, I can't play any audio because it's music over everything, mostly Akon and the song Locked Up. But here we go. She captioned this saying, "I can't believe I got my phone inside. Come with me to turn myself into..." Look at this. We got the leg hanging out with that big dumbass ankle monitor. I've never seen an ankle monitor that damn big. For God's sakes. That thing looks like a freaking, man, I don't even know, like an inkjet printer cartridge. The thing is massive, even though those aren't that. Yeah, man. Hey, that's a big, dumbass ankle monitor right there. Okay, sneaking my phone in. Here we go. She's pulling up to a jail. I got my phone in. And then here's her in the jail. And that's where that video wraps up. So we'll watch that again. Again, ankle monitor accessory might as well be a Gucci bag. Sneaking my phone in with me, pulling up to the jail. It looks pretty abandoned to me, judging by the landscape upkeep. Shit looked overgrown. So from there, oh, here we go. More clout chasing off that ankle monitor. My ankle's always in pain. All right, anyways, I ain't gonna watch this. Let's go to the jail. All right, boom. So now you're locked up. Okay? There ain't nobody in there with you. And you're acting like you're locked up. You don't even got a real mattress. If we look in the background, when you show that cell, you got a foam pad right there. Okay? I'm not going to deny the fact that she's not in some sort of a jail setting. She's in a cell block for real, right? All you're doing is filming. You're in here by your lonesome. Now you're in a cell where there's not even any bunks, any mats on the bunks. Okay, let's keep going. I snuck my phone into jail. What you showcasing right here? Same old shit. And you're probably getting a ton of views on this. You're probably getting ad revenue off of this. You are literally eating off of the prison genre. There's so many other people who deserve this more than you. Yours truly. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm not hating. Aside from the fact that I do find it a little weird that we're faking this entire situation. You guys let me know what you think about this. Like, is this normal? Here we go. A day in the life in jail as a 22-year-old. Pray for a little while. You're going to hell for faking that. Work out to stay in shape. Look at how big this dumbass jumpsuit is that you're wearing. You can't even see your feet right here. Look at this. Look at this mockery. Eat a snack. Man, they ain't got no clubhouse crackers up in there. Hey, that's a delicacy right there. Okay. Look at all the writing underneath of this bunk. I can't really see what it says. I see some dates, maybe like locked up from 2021 to 2022, maybe something like that. 22B. I can't see what I'm reading right here. Okay, we're eating our little commissary, stare at the window at literally nothing. Eat lunch, it's horrible. Look at this. You got one slice of bread and a 6-piece McNugget right here. Those chicken nuggets look delectable. I ain't ever seen a jail tray look like this. My son's lunch plate at daycare looks similar to this. You're using toddler accessories. Hang out in the main area. Read. I bet you don't even know what the title of that book is. Shit, wild, man. Why are people doing this? Why am I even asking that? Look at what she did to get herself into this situation in the first place. If all of this is fake, the ankle monitor, the jail scenario, you got to imagine that what she did to allegedly find herself in this trouble is fake as well. Just my opinion. Okay, you're the richest girl in your cell block from being a bop? What? Is this supposed to be your commissary? Get out of here. Is this supposed to be your commissary box? You got 2 ramen noodles, 2 cup of noodles, and that same sleeve of Clubhouse crackers right there. There's nothing else up in there, really. I see, no, wait, I do see some snack cakes up in there. That shit crazy, man. I don't even want to hear what she's talking about. She's probably talking about shoving this joint up her freaking prison suitcase or maybe up her bop box. Nonetheless, get ready with me in jail. Jeez Louise, boy, the fall from grace that the prison genre has suffered is tremendous. Lord, this is just wild. She was trying to act like there was a guard coming or some shit. Knowing full good and well, you're in a Hollywood set right here. You know, I've seen videos where people are acting like they're on private jets, but it's just some location that you can rent in Hollywood or something like that for like $200 an hour. I got to imagine that this is something similar. Now, in the last video that I filmed about this same exact thing, I tried to look up the set that people are using. It's some sort of a shut down jail or prison where people are able to rent for maybe a couple of hours, a day, who knows. But the fact of the matter is that people are finding the ability to rent out a whole wing or cell block in a jail or a prison, just like what we've got going on right here. Clearly, it's a real jail or prison environment. Where is this? That's what I really want to know. Where is this? Because if I could get access to something like this, the content that we could create, the skit videos, we could have some fun with something like this. I am a bit salty in that particular regard. But other than that, this is just absolutely cringe to me. It's Thursday with no police. Where would the police be on Thursday? Do they have the day off? Who is filming this too, by the way? We've got some mysterious figure filming all of this. And yeah. Not a fan. Look at this. What I eat in jail. We've got the cup noodle. And she says that she doesn't have a fork. So she has to eat this with her hands like an animal. Absolute insanity. Saying, sadly, this is all I eat. Feel for this young lady. They took full advantage of this filming opportunity, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Good for them. Insane is what it is. Absolutely insane. The prison genre is a freaking mockery at this point. Folks, I'm very interested to know about these type of filming locations. Sure, there's a jail cell available to film in my local area, and we used it recently. But it ain't nothing in comparison to a whole freaking jail block. That would be interesting to find. If you guys have any information or can help me stumble down this rabbit hole a little bit to try to find where these locations are, if you run across that information, leave it in the comments or message me. I'd love to see what other kind of content's being created utilizing an environment like that. That's all I got with this. Just wanted to share this story with you guys. What do you make of all of this? Let me know down in the comments. Hey, look, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about this video. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!